Taco says he is ready. So, in less than 5, Taco is going to hit it. There we go. We are off and running the crazy boys of RC in the A main of Mod Truck. Brandon Marsh leading them around just the way he's supposed to. And Paul Sinclair has worked his way up from 7th to 4th. Second place on his lid. No! Put him back where he was. He's good now. So we've got Brandon, Gomez, Paul, and Trophy in that order. Brandon's got a bit of a lead. Then Paul gets through. Paul waits like a gentleman. Those two guys get through, and there they go. There's quite a gap. Brandon Marsh is working his way out to quite a gap there. Paul gets it sideways in the little rhythm section in the back. Brandon Marsh goes through with a 26.6. Gomez had a 25.2 on lap 1, but Trophy 27.6 on lap 2 takes over second place with Gomez in third. Rodney Black fourth, and Paul all the way down to fifth. Brandon Marsh has a 5-second lead with just 3 laps in, and here he comes around. Looks like Trophy's in second place. Marsh with a 26.6 in that Losi truck. Trophy second, Gomez third. And Paul Sinclair up into third place now with a 27 flat. So, can Paul and Trophy catch the flying Marsh? Marsh is in the ribbon section. He's got to stop because there's a crash there. But he keeps it on all 4 feet and comes through the start-finish. Here comes Trophy behind him. Trophy to the start-finish. Paul Sinclair about 50 feet behind Trophy. Brandon with a 27.7, Trophy a 27.8. Paul Sinclair with a 27.1. He's coming in that X-Factory car. Gomez and Sinclair get it all screwed up at the end of the straight, and Sinclair winds up in second. Marsh is motoring off into the distance. 2 minutes and 10 seconds down. We're 5 laps in already. Brandon Marsh with a 26.2. Are we going to see a 25-second lap with a truck, ladies and gentlemen? Paul Sinclair. No, Rodney Black second now. A lot of carnage out there. Paul Sinclair third. Rodney Black came through on the stage with a 28, and that popped him into second place. Paul is right behind him. That gap is 2 seconds. Black's on his lid. Paul gets through. Looks like Paul's in second place. And Brandon Marsh with another 26.6. Good heavens. 6 laps down. There's Paul with a 26.5, makes up a tenth of a second. Rod Trophy takes over third place with a 27. Rodney Black still hasn't crossed the line. Where's Brandon? There's Brandon down the main straight. He's almost a lap up, a 26.4 for Brandon Marsh. He's a good half lap up, second place on his lid in the rhythm section. Marshall gets to him pretty quickly, gets him back over, but now third place is right on Paul's tail. They're back there fighting it out. There's only a 0.4 of a second gap between Paul and Trophy, and it sure looks closer than that, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 3.5 minutes down, 5.5 minutes to go. Trophy gets it a little bit sideways there in the back rhythm section. Paul pulls out a tenth of a second on that one. Oh, Paul does a cartwheel end over end, but still makes it. Hangs on to second place. Cartwheel and all, we're giving him a 7 for that one. Cartwheel and all, it's a 28.7 for Paul. Brandon Marsh with a 27 flat is just away. Almost a full lap up on second place. Yep, he's right behind Paul now. Brandon Marsh right behind Paul. A little bit of traffic errors over there. Paul puts it on his lid again, winds up on the straightaway. There's nobody coming down the straight. Marsh runs into some traffic, literally. There's Marsh across with a 28.6. Trophy in second with a 31. Paul with a disaster lap. I'm not going to quote that lap because I'll get sick. Still a long way to go in this race, ladies and gentlemen. There is 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. That's almost a full main. Brandon Marsh has gotten ahead. Marsh goes through the rhythm section, and he's now a lap up on everybody. But Paul has closed right up on back rhythm section. Paul is working hard to unlap himself. Marsh is on another planet, doesn't care. Paul gets it crosswise before the rhythm section and lets Trophy back through. Trophy and Paul, the gap is 6/10 of a second. So down the back straightaway around that little sweeper through the tiny double. Trophy, then Paul. Paul, no, hangs it on a pipe over there in the corner, giving the Trophy a break. Marsh is off into the sunset ahead of Trophy. Trophy does a cartwheel in the rhythm section. Doesn't look too good, almost winds up on the straight. We'll give him a 5. Paul puts it on his lid. Trophy skates away. In fact, Rodney Black and Jeff Schweitzer both get by Paul there in the rhythm section. Brandon Marsh turns to 26.3 on lap 13. We've got 6 down and 3 to go, drivers. 6 down and 3 to go. Marsh has just got that Loki car on rails out there. Around the sweeper he goes. We'll try to follow him around over the C jump. Nicely through the little sweeper at the end, now to the little doubles. Does it great, angled properly over toward the back rhythm section. 1, 2, 3. Around the corner with a little sliding activity. Gets it a little bit loose there before the big rhythm section. 3 and 2, just the way it's supposed to be done. Slides it around the corner and around through the start-finish line. That, ladies and gentlemen, was a 26.8. So it looks like Jeff Schweitzer gets ahead of Rodney Black over there. Last time I had it with 14 laps in, it was Brandon Marsh, Trophy, Rodney Black, Jeff Schweitzer, Paul, Ron, Gomez, Keith, Dave, and Rod in that order. We've got 7 minutes and 15 seconds down, 1 minute and 45 to go. Last time through, Trophy had a 5/10 of a second lead over Jeff Schweitzer. Schweitzer had a 1.5 second lead over Rodney Black. Paul had a disaster lap, that didn't help. Marsh is a lap up on everybody. Trophy still 5/10 of a second ahead of Schweitzer. Now Schweitzer up in second, Rodney Black in third. That gap is 9-10. Trophy's 2 seconds back behind that. Ron is not even on the same lap. He's going to cross in a moment.
1 minute to go.
Looks like Paul lost the same front tire that he lost last week. All right, we're down to, if I can read this, about 40 seconds now, drivers. 40 seconds to go. Jeff Schweitzer with a 1.5 second lead over Rodney Black. Let's see if we can pick him up. That looks like Schweitzer very nicely through the rhythm section. Schweitzer comes around, crosses the start-finish line. That one was a 26.9. Rodney Black with a 27.4. Didn't help the cause at all. And Brandon Marsh turned to 29 and gave them all a little bit of a break. He's still a lap and 5 seconds ahead. Where's the race? All right, there is Schweitzer and Rodney Black. Schweitzer through the rhythm section. And Rodney Black through the rhythm section.
Please finish the lap you're on.
That's it. Jeff Schweitzer caught on.